What's going on, guys? We are here to talk about WWE Fastlane. And before I say anything else, as always, it's C Moody here with
D Moody.
We're Sports Moods. Two Moodies.
One duty.
Sports. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? I hope you enjoyed Fastlane like I feel like D Moody might have, being he might be our toughest critic. Which, how do you feel? Just flat out, let's get into it.
I mean, it was a lot of stuff happened that I figured would happen. Now, one thing did catch me off guard. There was a title change, and we'll get into that. That did throw me for a loop there. I didn't see that happening there. But as far as the tag championship match, I kind of felt that would happen.
I think you actually said that last time.
Yeah, I felt like the Bludgeon Brothers were just waiting for their moment to attack. We've seen week after week they just come out and they do the little stare down or they'll walk past them. I think that was the perfect opportunity for them, but we'll get into that when we talk about that match. Women's Championship, figured Charlotte would retain. Nakamura, Rusev, of course, we knew Nakamura would win that. I didn't really care about the Naomi and...
I'm just telling all the stories.
I just didn't really care about it. I'm just trying to do a little quick rundown. The championship match.
Don't even say that.
Had some angles on that. We'll just wait. We're not going to jump too far into that. But I did know that Mr. Styles would retain. But we can go ahead and dive into it.
After you done told the results of all the matches.
I'm sorry. I'm just...
No, it's all right.
It was just a quick rundown. Okay, that's the end of the Fastlane podcast. Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, man. But, so I guess without further ado, starting off with the kickoff, if anybody watches the kickoff, because I know D Moody did not watch the kickoff.
You are right. Actually, when Fastlane was coming on, I was just getting off work. So I was actually driving, and I had it playing in the car, and I had my phone kind of on I had my phone on the dash a little bit, kind of set in the position where I can kind of glance and see and hear. But it was weird, though, because in my car... It's like you hear them slamming it on the mat. You see it on the screen, but the sound is delayed. So it's like, it's just like, oh, it's just like, okay, it's really about a 2 to 3 second delay.
That's hilarious. So with this kickoff match, it is a 6-man tag match, one of D Moody's favorites. Breezango, which is Fandango and Tyler Breeze, aided by Ty Dillinger, defeating Mojo Rawley and American Beta, as I call it, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, which was a little bit of SmackDown Live before the actual pay-per-view. Just a regular match. I didn't have anything high or low. I caught the end of it. It was a decent match, at worst. That's just gonna nod your head, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off.
You say that's what happened. That's what happened because I sure didn't watch it.
The first match of Fastlane is the only person, as they like to say, that has a guaranteed trip to WrestleMania. Shinsuke Nakamura being our 2018 Royal Rumble champion, right?
Yeah.
So
I've never heard of it as described as champion, but
winner.
But he's a champion. He won it.
He is a champion.
So
of
I like
Rumble.
that. That's a new terminology for me.
Royal Rumble champion to me. So give this man a belt. Shinsuke takes on Rusev, and which is funny to me. It really made no difference either way. But I like at the beginning, Ada English didn't really sing versus kind of trying to make a rap out of it. And I thought that was. I think it's because, of course, we know that WWE doesn't want Rusev to be as popular as he is right now.
It's taking off like wildfire.
Exactly. Though. So I feel like they did that to kind of stint that little fire, to try to at least. Yep. But it still was a great match to me.
Mm-hmm.
What was your high points off this match?
They made Nakamura look a little human in this match, a little bit. Like Rusev had some strong suits of where it looks like he could potentially. Obviously, we knew he wasn't going to win per se.
Yeah, he couldn't have won.
I just hate the fact that Rusev continues to get buried. I think he's building a lot of momentum. Even before the Rusev day, I liked him before that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he is worthy to be in a main, picture. Definitely. For everything. I
actually feel like as I was watching the match, I feel like Rusev is starting to actually trim down a little bit. It looks like he's starting to get more fit.
Yeah, he's more fit. He's thinner, and I feel like he could be that other person that was in the spot where if Ziggler would have stayed away, just move him up into that. But I mean, he did some good things. Some of those kicks he did to Nakamura.
Oh, that one Moshka kick where Shinsuke landed on his neck.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
I said, "Woo."
Yeah.
So, I mean, Rusev always has strong spots in a match. And, he has to toy with his opponent instead of just going for the victory.
And you know what I didn't see? Well, what I saw and wasn't able to put on him was trying to do the
accolade.
Mm-hmm. And I like that because not only did it make, Shinsuke look elusive, but it also make you think that if he did it, that was going to be the move that would have got out Shinsuke. Instead of using that move and letting Shinsuke kind of fight his way out, like they didn't let him get into it.
Because usually the accolade is an end-all, be-all move. I remember when Rusev first came, no one could. It was kind of like with the Master Lock.
Yeah.
No one could break that hole, and it's just like now people are finding. Not any hole can be broken per se if they script it to be broken, but. That's like one of those moves, like your arms pull back and your chin. Like, how can you break hold of that? You have to get out of it before he can even lock it in, per se.
True. But Shinsuke wins with, I want to say, a Kinshasa. I feel like he hit him in the back one time, though.
He did. He hit him in the back of the head, and then he came back across and hit him in the front.
That's what I thought.
So he got like 2 Kinshasas.
There you go.
And there's like a combination, and then he won it that way. I did not like Nakamura's attire.
What? He always wears red, though.
But I didn't like the lines. You see the lines? Yeah. It just throws me. I did not like that. I hope he doesn't wear that to WrestleMania. He's got WrestleMania. You got to.
I was about to say. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have something extreme.
You need something extreme for WrestleMania, though. Something we've never seen before, and give it some creativity. This is just red pants, black lines.
He only wears pants though.
I know he wears pants, but like sometimes he used to wear the real shiny black pants.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would wear just the all red. And just kind of blend it. Red and black are 2 colors that you can easily blend together and come up with a good design.
Yeah, red and black.
I just didn't like that.
It was red and black.
I didn't like the pinstripes. The pinstripes knocking over. I didn't like that.
Shinsuke wins with 2 Kinshasas. Next match, our first championship match. It's the United States Championship match. The champion Bobby Roode taking on the defender Randy Orton. The hype about this was Randy Orton stating that this was the only title that he never had in his tenure as a WWE wrestler. So that was his strong part coming into this match. And from both ends, it was a strong match to me.
It was a decent match.
Decent? It was only decent to you.
I feel they could have did more.
Is there no pleasing you?
They could have did a little bit more, but from what we saw, it was a decent match. It wasn't nothing like earth shattering, like oh my god, I'll never forget.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't earth shattering, but I thought it was a really good match.
It was a good match. It was a decent match.
That decent just kind of
like I said,
waters it down.
It threw me for a loop because it just threw me off. I didn't think that. I honestly thought Jinder would interfere, which he did after the fact,
right?
Because they showed glimpses of him watching. And where's the other Singh brother at?
I think he's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, he got hurt during a live show, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So, but I thought Jinder would have found a way to weasel his way in, which he did a little bit after. But it was good that they got the fight to a clean finish, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think Randy Orton deserves that, and Bobby Roode deserves to have a match that is not tampered with.
Oh, yeah. So how this match ended, Bobby Roode, they actually did a lot of high spots off the turnbuckle. Bobby Roode trying to jump off of him. Randy Orton actually doing his Orton Legacy superplex off of the top ropes. Bobby Roode getting back in one last time to do his little signature shoulder tackle and just led right into a RKO, which every time he got on the turnbuckle, I felt in some way, shape, or form that was coming.
Every time somebody tries like an aerial attack on Randy Orton, you know that there's a 98% chance he's going to catch you on the way down. Just ask Seth Rollins.
Oh, my goodness. So
I would never try nothing high risk with him because it's like, he going to catch you on the way down.
Yep. So that's Randy Orton wins. Like D. Moody said, Jinder Mahal comes out to pretty much just, I guess, maybe stake his claim. I don't know. He had a problem, comes in, tries to attack Randy. Bobby Roode comes out. He gets back up. He did
attack Randy.
No, I mean, yeah, you know.
I get what you're saying, though, but I didn't think Randy, like, given the fact that he walked down Randy, I see you coming at me, like, Randy would have been ready. But maybe they wanted to sell the fact that he just finished a match. He wasn't.
Yeah, because in my mind, I thought that the other Sin brother was going to kind of jump in to distract him. But no, he went straight at him.
He went straight in and just...
And I like that. They're finally making him look stronger. Like, I'm going to just legit come at you. Bobby Roode actually hits him with the Glorious DDT. But then he turns to Randy and hits him with the Glorious DDT as well. And then he looks like he's starting to mentally kind of, he had this, like, he rubbed his head like he was just still in such
I think he's just, at that point, he's just mentally checked out. But my thing is, and I love the commentary in the match from Corey Graves, he's just like, Randy Orton is nothing like Randy Orton hasn't done to him in the past. Like, he caught him off guard,
Corey
Glorious
DDT. Gets on my nerves sometimes.
So, I mean, Randy Orton is always catching other people off guard with stuff. So
True.
And Randy did say, like, and with talking smack or whatever they call it after he won it, I did watch that, and he was like, if it were me, I would have done the same thing. He said, and he did kind of reference to Jinder, like he's got unfinished business with Jinder, and Jinder has gotten under his skin, and they feuded for much of last year, and he's never beaten Jinder yet.
All right, so here's two questions I want to leave before we get off of this segment.
Okay.
With Bobby Roode, of course, hitting the Glorious DDT on Randy, do you think that this is setting up for Bobby Roode's heel turn?
I don't think so. I think it's more. I like Bobby, like I always told you when he was in NXT. I love him as a heel. I like the Bobby Roode coming out in the designer suits and just being the cocky Bobby Roode. But I don't think it's going to be a heel turn. I think it was more of a in the moment. Just I'm frustrated. Like
it's passionate.
Like this is my moment. Like I didn't even get a chance to. Like he didn't expect to lose that match. Like he didn't. He literally thought he would win. I didn't think he would. I thought they would let him go into Mania with the belt, maybe drop it there. But I don't think it's going to be a heel turn. I think that was just one of those situations where he just was frustrated.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just one of those frustrating things.
So
impulse
with the ominous rematch clause and Jinder and the pressure. I meant the tension between him and Randy Orton building. Do you feel like WrestleMania is going to see a triple threat match for the United States?
I think so. I think they'll probably allow Randy and Bobby to do a rematch, and Jinder will probably interfere in that one. And then they'll probably let Jinder and Bobby fight, and who wins fights Orton, and then it comes down to some kind of crazy finish, and they just make it a triple threat. Yeah. Because we already see a triple threat for Intercontinental, and that's to get more people on the card at WrestleMania. So I could see that.
Okay, so I agree with that, but I do feel like Bobby Roode is about to turn heel. I feel like it's ominously turning up for a heel turn.
I've also, just to throw a little piece of something out there.
Yeah,
and I know we're gonna move on. But I'm hearing that WWE may be trying to do like a storyline with him and Charlotte as a couple.
I like that. Both of them
they've been working together with the WWE mixed tag challenge thing. So
I would like it. I would like that faction. The little.
Oh, here we go with faction. I didn't say faction.
It's a faction.
I just said a couple.
But it's a faction. It's gonna be a faction because look at them. They both come out with robes. They both think they're like super royalty or whatever. And I feel like what we're going to see later is setting up for.
Now, I would love to see him and Charlotte both be heels. I like Charlotte more as a heel than as a.
That's what I'm saying. I feel
now,
like
both of them.
What happens later sets up her heel turn to match his heel turn. And then they be these two glorious, over the top thinking royalty people,
and they're people that people don't like.
Exactly.
Because it was kind of like, what's the little couple they had together?
Mike Kanellis.
Yeah, and then they kind of like, I hate them. Like, I don't like them. Like, they're gonna kind of have that aura, but it's gonna be just that much better because it's Bobby
Maria Kanellis. I had to think of the woman's name.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So the next match was a non-title match. It was a women's tag match between Natalya and Carmella against Becky Lynch and Naomi. And for me, this match, it was a SmackDown match at best. Still not a bad match, but nothing extreme, no real highlights for me. Just like I said,
and we've seen this match
plenty of times.
Plenty of times on SmackDown we've seen this, so it was just to me more of a filler.
Yeah.
You know.
And in my mind, since they were doing the whole storyline with Charlotte and Ruby Riott, and then of course the Riott Squad attacking Charlotte and Becky and Naomi defending, I felt like a more understandable tag match would be Becky and Naomi against the rest of the Riott Squad.
Or they could have had like a 6-woman tag. Not 6-woman tag.
It would have had like a triple threat
tag or something like that.
I would have liked that.
Yeah, something more. That would at least give the Riott Squad,
the rest of them,
something to do. Yeah.
So, but Carmella and Natalya wins. Carmella tries to get Natalya to throw in her Money in the Bank briefcase while the ref is distracted. She doesn't get it off, but still in the midst of it, she finds a way to hit the super kick on Becky and gets the win. So,
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I like how the super kick is like the most popular finisher or signature move for everybody right now.
I like it. Now everybody's doing it because growing up in our age, you didn't really see it a lot. Other than
you had to watch Shawn. You had to watch Shawn Michaels.
He still has the best. I don't care what no one says. His Sweet Chin music is the best super kick you ever want to see.
Well, that's because his is a finisher. No one else really is a finisher. Like Carmella might use it as a finisher.
He can build it up, though. He can build it up with the stomp. Or he could just hit it.
Well, that's not true. Dolph was using it for a signature for a while. Because I really thought Dolph Ziggler was the built-up new Shawn Michaels. That's how I always thought. I know who the new
Shawn Michaels is, but he's just more of an athletic version of Shawn Michaels.
Who?
AJ Styles.
You think so?
He's the modern day Shawn Michaels. Even though he doesn't, like, to me, he's not like as boisterous as Shawn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But he's more of like the face, so to speak. When Shawn was coming through, Shawn was the face. Shawn was whatever he had his hands on at the time. He was like must see. He had the charisma. He was great in the ring, athletic in the ring. He could. But AJ's just a more versatile version of Shawn. Like AJ can do so much. But that's just me.
I could take that, I guess. So next match we have is the Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and the New Day. Of course, the build up for this was the fact that the Usos are finally getting their shot at headlining WrestleMania, as well as going in as a champion, because we've known that since they've been in, they haven't been in.
Sideline!
Sideline!
I like how he kept saying that.
Yeah. So the New Day, of course, was trying to stake their claim to get their titles back because, as Big E say, they rush the field. They don't sit on the back and eat catering during WrestleMania. So
that was a really good promo.
Oh, it was. It was good. So how did you like this match?
It was a typical Usos.
Typical?
I mean, it was good. Like I expect it was nothing that caught me off guard.
Are you serious?
I mean, we saw some great spots, but it's the Usos in the New Day. You know you're gonna see something like just.
So nothing up there just like surprised you. Nothing.
It came after the match. Is what the surprise was.
Oh my!
In the match, it was some great stuff, but I just was like, okay. I feel like I'm not trying to down this, but I've seen this so much.
You are the Simon Cowell.
I'm not like, I want you to feel that I'm not down it. It's just that it's nothing they can do to surprise me.
But it was so,
and that's not in a bad way. It's like I'd be like, oh man, like they just never cease to amaze me. It's always going to be a great match. I need you to
watch this match with new eyes, because you missed like the best thing of this match was the fact that both teams used each other's signatures and finishes.
And how many times have we seen that in other? They've never done it, but like
we haven't really seen that in a while, except by singles. Like the only person I've seen use other people's moves, I've seen, I want to say,
The Rock and Stone Cold.
Well, you heard how far back that is. Let's talk about it now. Like I've seen Seth Rollins, of course, do the pedigree, because we thought that move was kind of getting handed down to him by Triple H. There's actually somebody else who hit a AA on John Cena. I can't remember. Seth Rollins. That's really the last person that stole somebody's move. Yeah. But this match was based off of Usos hitting Midnight Hour and trying to do Trouble in Paradise. The New Day hitting the Uso splash. Xavier Woods going crazy with the sweet chin kicks and all that super kicks. It was like that to me. That was. It made it fresh again, like how you said.
That's why I said there's nothing they can do to amaze me. So it didn't like. I understand it made you excited, but I was like, oh man, they took it to another level. I'm just sitting there enjoying it. Like a lot of times we get so caught up in the moment that we don't enjoy the moment. I was just there just to enjoy it.
I hear like, oh yeah, they doing something different. No,
that is not how I'm looking at it. It's just the fact of like they never amaze me with what they do. But my favorite match between them will always be the Hell in a Cell.
Oh yeah, so far yeah, definitely. I feel like whatever is set up for WrestleMania may take it. But that's on.
That was different though for them. Yeah. It was different, but it wasn't like it didn't have me on the edge of my seat because I already knew what was to come.
So before
but I already knew, what was to come, and I like you said, I told you that this was a strong possibility of this happening, and then maybe one day, you'll listen to me, but.
Don't be so subliminal. You already said it earlier before we started.
We had to endure. Hold on.
We will call another.
Don't you hate ads?
Advertising.
This is what we heard. And when I heard that music, and it came at such a great spot in the match because we saw the aerial attack from
the
Usos, and everybody's down on the outside. That was the perfect time to strike. And it was just like...
Strike, they did.
And they did more than strike. Like, you know how when CM Punk used to come out and he used to be like, it's clobbering time.
Right.
No, it wasn't clobbering. It was it was time to throw the hammer down. This was... Thor would be proud.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Looking down from... What's the place he's from?
Asgard.
Look at the Bludgeon Brothers. They look like they could be something from Asgard.
Oh my goodness.
But
they really do look like
they could blend right in.
That's actually pretty perfect.
But coming down with them hammers.
That should be their WrestleMania attire.
What, Thor?
Come in with some Asgard
Guardian clothes on.
Right. That should be their WrestleMania Ragnarok right there, son. That's beautiful.
I could really see them blend in with that. Like when I saw their house, look at them Thor looking.
They should definitely take that. They should definitely. But so yeah, they come in, interfere, they take out everybody. The biggest things is, they ran through everybody one by one, single handedly, separating each other on different sides of the ring. The biggest thing is they tried to used the hammer to take out.
Yeah, I was looking like, oh my God, he finna hit him.
To hit this man against the steel steps, and thankfully the Oos jumped out the way. But as soon as he
oosed out the way.
He oosed out the way. But as soon as he got up, the other one like knew that if he was going to not hit him, he had him ready and used his hammer, used the handle of the hammer to throw him over the ring. And then they double power bombed, as they call it, assisted power bombed Xavier Woods onto that. And I feel like he might really be hurt just because on his landing, I saw his neck was at the corner of it. Ooh. So it's like, if he didn't whiplash, that could be something
and he was
real
sitting
right
there
there.
like trembling, shaking. I think if it was, like I said, that's why I asked you before we started, do you think he's really hurt? Because like, it was hard to determine if he would. Yeah. I don't know if he was acting.
I was about to say Xavier does sell stuff really well, but outside of whether or not he was selling it, just seeing where he fell on that makes me feel like he might have.
That was a hard landing because when they played it again, but you know how they played it back over and the sound, the impact of him hitting the stair, it was just bad. Like, ooh. Because the Bludgeon Brothers do stuff with force.
Right.
Like, and it was a lot of force behind that slam. And did you see how they threw Kofi into the ring post?
Yeah.
It was just like he wasn't ready, like he was going too fast. And he just...
This man just did like a 360 cartwheel.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even see Kofi after that. Like, I think they might have went over there and slammed him one more time, but like...
They didn't mess with him too much after that.
No.
Then they did the little splash on one of them on the outside.
Well, no, that's what I love that they did on the Usos. They not only that they picked them up together, bumped them into each other, slammed them on top of each other. Then Eric Rowan slammed Luke Harper on top of him.
You see how he slapped him?
Yeah, I love every week they do that. Like he just as hard as he can, and then throws them onto each other. And then Eric Rowan comes off and jumps, like you said, it splashes on him. It's like they're so aggressive, like just no like second thought, like just be as aggressive as possible. So that was a good spot, and I'm hoping that, like you said, that's leading up to possibly the triple threat tag match at WrestleMania.
I hope so.
It should. And I thought about it. I know a couple weeks ago I said that they wouldn't do it because they have just started selling them as this new character. But how they've been booking them, I want to see it. Like whether or not they try to do it, I want to see the match now. They got me fully interested in that. So next match we have is the Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott. For me, this was actually a surprisingly good match because I haven't seen Ruby Riott wrestle too many times. I can't say, like, if anything, like you said, I psychoanalyze stuff more than watch the match. And I actually watched the match, and for me, Ruby Riott is really a pretty good wrestler to me. I won't say great yet, but no, like she's a really good
She's got a lot of swagger about her, and she could be a really good heel.
And she's her own character. That's what I love. And I like, for me, she's becoming that. She's nowhere near a CM Punk, but I love her punkish attitude. It makes me feel like she is like an outcast kind of situation. So,
and I thought that it would be a clean match between them because at first when she came out, the Riott Squad wasn't there.
Yeah, she came out by herself.
So I was like,
and I like that too.
I said, okay, well maybe I'm gonna show you I can beat the Queen on my own. But then it was only.
Then of course Charlotte goes outside and she backs into the Riott Squad, and then a few minutes later, that's when.
I don't like all this buddy stuff.
What do you mean?
I'm liking what I'm seeing on Raw right now with Bayley and them, but. Like Charlotte's the
Alexa
champion.
Bliss and Mickey James though,
but I mean that just came together,
and she just beat her. Like
I get it, but I'm just not a fan of the buddy stuff because like you're the champion. I don't want to be friends with the champion. Like I don't want to be coming out running out to save the champion. Like I want a championship. Like I want them to beat you down. Like I don't want you to be 100%. So when it comes around to my turn to win it, like they're not focusing on the title. For Naomi to be a former champion, for Becky to be, I know they're trying to take down this little faction. I get it, to even up the score, but it's just like, when are we going to get past this and get back to? I'm going to focus on trying to win this belt. Because Naomi and Becky Lynch, I'm sorry, they don't deserve to be in little squash matches like they've been in. Becky Lynch is the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right.
Naomi had a good little run with it a couple times.
I mean, did we not see what they're doing with the first ever Universal Champion?
You know how I feel about that.
I know. I'm just saying. If they can do that to him.
But it's a lot. It's not.
He's way more over than Becky.
It's not him though. It's a lot of other stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
They can still do that with the women's division. They can still put these people back into play. The thing is, they can't put Finn Balor into play right now until
because of the
Brock.
There is
a Raymond. It's just a block there. I think watch as soon as that's over and done with.
Anybody's up for game then.
People are gonna start accelerating.
I still don't think he's gonna be the first person that's gonna get it.
He's not. It'll be later because I think they'll probably give him a little run or two with the IC belt.
So,
but not trying to get off.
You don't want no friends with Charlotte.
I just don't want the buddy thing.
Note to self: if me and you both make it in WWE as wrestlers, let's make sure I go to a different brand.
I'll come stand ringside and look at them beat you down.
And I'm gonna have one of the movie moments where I'm crawling to the ropes and I just have my arm reached out to you.
I'm gonna do like Scar did Mufasa.
Just let go.
Nah, bruh.
Oh,
so I'm not. I'm just.
Nah, I got.
I just don't want the. I just don't like. I feel like we see this. We saw this a lot with Absolution. We saw this with the Riot Squad, and it's just like, okay, when are we gonna get to the point of letting people just win clean or not have to have all these people
technically, it was still a clean win.
It was.
Because the ref got rid of both of them, both sides.
I did like that, though.
Yeah. I'm glad that the ref takes initiative. But Charlotte Flair wins with the figure 8 on Ruby Riott, who taps out pretty urgently. And then at the end, though, while she's getting her title, she didn't have too much time to celebrate.
I think she had she was, it's like more of she was just trying to, I guess, figure out, I just went through a battle here.
Right.
I didn't think she thought it would be easy, but I didn't think she'd think it would be that tough.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I think she really realized who Ruby Riott is. Yeah,
Ruby Riott's I can see her eventually being a champion.
She should.
And then what happened at the end of this?
As soon as she decided to grab her title, we saw something that nobody expected to happen.
And we'll just let you. He's over here doing the Oscar dance. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But see, Moody.
Can you imagine her doing that walk all the way down the WrestleMania ramp? Because that's a long.
She gonna loosen all her muscles.
She gonna be tired. She's gonna be so tired by the time she gets there.
She gonna pull the muscle, or pop the neck bone.
I hope they have those little WrestleMania. I know they do the.
She gonna have to have something to escort her.
Yeah,
they might need to have a cart where she can just come on and let
her scoot her down while she's still doing it.
Oh my god!
Hilarious.
But anyway, Asuka comes out, and we all knew what that meant by Asuka coming out. Now, I would have to apologize and say I did say a couple weeks ago on one of our podcasts that she was going for the Raw Women's Championship because that's the way they were building it up.
It looked like it was solidified.
Yeah, like she didn't even say, but it looks like the way they're. I don't know if she was told that's what she was going to do, but obviously, C. Moody was still right because it was still open. And she made her decision who she wants to face.
I am so glad because honestly, I did not want to see Asuka and Alexa Bliss.
I didn't either.
I didn't want to see it. Like I felt like somehow they would make it a good match because Alexa Bliss has that little trying to weasel out. It could go anywhere in the ring. They might have to make it a no DQ. Like I felt like they could start trying to make stretches to make it good. but this is the way better. Like, you don't have to need any other stipulation. You don't need, just let it be
those
a
two
normal match.
Together. Yeah.
Normal championship match. And this is going to be, it should be great. And then it's 2 submission specialists. You have the Oscar lot versus the figure 8. And so I expect this might be, for one, this is my number 1 women's championship match. Because I know that whoever Alexa Bliss is facing, which it seems like it's building up to be Nia Jax, but between any other women's match and really a lot of other championship matches in general, this is higher on my card for me in my excitement.
I think I'm glad that it is Asuka. And I kind of felt like when they did the whole stare down back at the Royal Rumble, she kind of leaned more, stared harder at Charlotte.
Right.
I mean, Ronda Rousey was there too, but we know now she has nothing to do with any of that now.
Yeah.
But it was kind of more of a thing. Like, she gave that more of a interest stare into Charlotte. Like, I'm more interested in you than I am Alexa Bliss, because I kind of feel like she already knows, like, Alexa, like, you're nothing to me. I know I could beat you like that. Charlotte may be more of a challenge.
Definitely. So now we are at the main event. For the WWE Championship, we have AJ Styles defending against John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. This match, besides the different wrestlers, was almost exactly like the Fatal 4-Way SummerSlam Championship match for Raw.
The only difference was that AJ Styles didn't get carted out.
No, that's the only difference.
Yeah.
The only difference. So,
and then there was no big person to try to eliminate.
Yeah. No, it was John. Because, I mean, now John did sell himself very well at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, he started the match and AA'd everybody except AJ Styles. So that really kind of made him look like the big person. Mm-hmm. But then after that little segment, it would just seem like a regular heavyweight bout.
Yep.
But it was still a good match. It was very fast paced. Everybody had some highlights coming out of nowhere. I like how Dolph hit a zigzag on somebody. No, he hit the famouser on John, like popping out of the AA. And then right after that, Kevin Owens hit the splash on him. I don't know if it was that segment or when he did a zigzag, but I thought like that's just showing how fast it was. Mm-hmm. And then like we were saying, the similarity to the SummerSlam, John Cena AA'd AJ Styles through the announcer's table, and that left him out.
He was out for most of the match.
Yeah, for most of the match.
But with me though, how that AA was done was remarkable though, because I didn't see. Because I think he was trying to put someone else to the table first. Who was it?
I think it was
Kevin Owens.
I think it was Kevin Owens.
It was Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens fought out of it and jumped down. And next thing you know, all you see is Styles jumping towards Cena. Cena just catches him and just
keeps going.
And AJ Styles sells going through an announce table so good. Like, I mean, he's so good at like the showmanship of him. That's what reminds me of so much of Shawn Michaels, because you notice like when they slam him on his back real hard, how he does the little
he tenses real.
Yeah, that's how Shawn used to do too. So it reminds me so much of him. But he was like, that was a devastating AA through that table. And then we also forgot to mention that the SmackDown commissioner Shane McMahon was ringside as well, taking in some of the action. Point. No Daniel Bryan.
I don't know.
Someone said rumors that he was at a wedding or something like that, some kind of wedding party or something.
Okay, that's great.
But for a good friend of his. But Shane wanted to take into action, obviously, just to make sure to keep an eye on Kevin and Sam. Because we went into this match not knowing, because Sammy promised Kevin that he was going to lay down for him.
Right. And then he turned on him like the week before.
So then Kevin was kind of going into like, I don't know if I could trust you. You know, you kicked me last week and now. So it got to a point where Sammy had to prove his loyalty.
And he laid down.
And he tried to roll him up and pin him. And then that turned into a battle between them.
And then with that battle, it went back right outside the ring again. And Sammy found his way into Shane McMahon's face to be like, whatever kind of trash talk he said. And then right in that miss, Kevin Owens was gathering himself back up and tried to super kick Sami Zayn. And of course, he ducked, got out the way. And whose face did it hit?
Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
That sound, though, is just like clock.
Yeah.
As Shane stood up, it was boom. So super kicked him.
And that played to be their biggest downfall for both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Mm-hmm. Because with that, I think Kevin Owens was first to come in the ring. I think he had somebody pinned. I think he did
like a pop-up powerbomb to Ziggler.
He had Ziggler pinned.
Mm-hmm. And then Cena came back in, right?
Shane McMahon pulled the ref out.
That's right.
Pulled the ref out. And then, of course, Kevin Owens was yelling on the turnbuckle at Shane, which gave Sami Zayn the opportunity to hit the haluva kick on Kevin Owens. And then as he went for the pin, Shane pulled Sami Zayn out.
Yep.
So now, that leads to whatever's going to happen later, which we don't know. But so that let the match escalate on, and then I think Kevin Owens.
Corbin didn't do a lot for me in this.
He had one good spot though. He did have one good spot.
I thought he would be more of the Braun Strowman of the match, the bigger person, more dominant. They need to make him look more dominant at times.
Yeah, he just had really, like I said, one good spot where he kind of rallied against everybody. He hit a real good deep six on AJ Styles, which is awesome.
AJ Styles,
after
he
doing
sells it so well.
He does sell it, and then he did the whole little slide out the ring, come up, rack up the other side turnbuckle, flip clothesline, Kevin Owens.
Now I do need to also say that was a beautiful DDT through the ring post.
Oh, that Sami does.
He dove through.
I love that. I love that move.
Like a tornado DDT on the outside. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love that move.
Now that was like, I was like.
But he does that a lot too, though.
But it was just like that time. It was like poetry in motion. It just you just looking at it as it's going. I was just like,
now you get that's the one where I'm like, okay, that's Kevin. That's in his playbook. But the Usos and the New Day doing a whole different style match. It's just like, I'm not surprised.
I'm not shocked at that.
I'm not surprised at that.
It's the little things. Less is more. Less is more. All right.
All right.
Less is more.
So in the end, I think Kevin Owens he hit the pop-up powerbomb on John Cena. Yep. On John Cena, and then out of nowhere, out of the ashes of the announcer table, you see AJ Styles hit him with the phenomenal forearm for the win.
Yep.
That's
as a champion, you just have to survive, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Survive in advance.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
And it's not always gonna be pretty either.
No.
But and it wasn't pretty because AJ was out of it for a while. They had their chances to win it.
He ain't hit no. That's the only finisher he hit that night.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's all you need is just one.
It only takes one, right?
Like Brock Lesnar do it all the time.
Yeah. Lord knows he does.
He'd get beat up the whole match and then hit that one F5 and it's over.
So now most everything is set. We see that AJ Styles will go on to WrestleMania to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. The dream match is cemented now. Mm-hmm. And speaking of C's, John Cena is now he did raise this after something they cut off from the actual pay-per-view, but he did stand up to raise AJ Styles' arm.
I like the way they did that though. Not raising his arm,
but
how he was just in the turnbuckle, like
he even slapped the camera,
and then
off.
he was just like, "Man, get out of my face, man."
Yeah,
like, I ain't got time for this.
Like he's like, "No, dude, like I'm really upset. Like what am I gonna do? Like
I don't have a road to WrestleMania."
Now I can honestly say like this has been a while since John Cena has played so much different emotions like this, and I like
he didn't get the best of it.
Right, he's usually been like oh man, somebody just shot my cousin. Like, but loyalty and respect, I want to beat you at wrestling. Like,
he's that motivational speaker,
right?
Like, you don't never see him.
But now he's torn. Now he's actually
because he's tried everything. Now I will give him props because he's been doing Raw and SmackDown, wrestling on those shows, and then did the 2 pay-per-views this month too.
Yep.
In multi-person matches in the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Against some of the WWE's best.
Won't see Brock Lesnar do that one.
But he's not going to do that.
Of course. But you know what? Now here's the I don't know if it's oxymoron or irony.
Here's the caveat.
Sure.
Use a caveat.
Okay.
My only caveat with this is
because that he was like, I don't want to just be given a WrestleMania. People say that I'm handed everything. I want to fight for it, but then he got handed opportunities to get into the thing.
Well, he did have to qualify. He had to beat AJ. That's
but still,
a lot of people just don't beat AJ Styles on a random night.
But people just don't say, "Hey, I want to get in the match." Oh, well, just do a qualifier.
I like how Dan Brown's like, okay, you want to be in the match, beat AJ Styles to get in the match.
I mean, yeah, I like
beat the
that.
Champion.
I like that part.
If you beat the champion, then you can be in it.
So I don't know. I just was saying that's my little
I get
caveat.
what you're saying. Like he still is given the opportunities. Yeah. I get it, but they're also making him not.
Yeah, they make it seem like it's not really opportunities.
Yeah, he's not taking full advantage of it. Yeah. So we got to wonder what his road to Mania will be.
So for WWE Fastlane 2018, out of 10, D Moody.
I would say 6 out of 10. It just wasn't nothing that I was like, oh, Fastlane was so. I hate to be so critical, but it wasn't
Simon Cowell
that great of a pay-per-view to me.
Simon.
Now the Bobby Roode and Randy Orton thing did shock me with the title change there. Now, I knew the Bludgeon Brothers would do what they would do, as I said at the beginning.
Yeah, he predicted that.
I didn't really care about Nakamura and Rusev. And the women's match was, I like the fact that Asuka chose that. I like the way they wait to really bring, exposure to that. Didn't care about Naomi and Becky Lynch and all them. The championship match, like you said, I felt like I saw that before. You know what I'm saying? You knew people would have their spots where they would do things, and you knew one person had to be out for a long time, and most of the time in those matches, it's the champion. They try to draw suspense. And then the whole thing with Shane, you knew with him being at ringside, he would just sit there and not get involved.
It's not his fault though. He didn't involve himself.
He shouldn't have been out there.
It's his show.
He shouldn't have been out there. If you're gonna sit ringside, sit at the announcer's table at least. You sitting right there in the flow of the action, like I could see if you was trying to, what they should have did though. I thought about it after that. They should have had it with a little thing of popcorn. And then when he got kicked, the popcorn.
Oh, you stupid.
The popcorn goes in the air to make it more dramatic.
That's hilarious.
But
yeah, did that.
I would have did that. But because I would like to, he just taking in a seat like how he was doing the other week. Like, right. I'm just enjoying this. Like, don't mind me. I'm just taking it all in. But I would say 6 out of 10 for me. I'm glad AJ and Nakamura, we still get to see that.
Anyway, out of 10 for me, C. Moody. I mean, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. I have to. Because out of these matches, minus the kickoff, Shinsuke Rusev, good match. The United States Championship match, good match. The women's tag match, basic match. The Usos New Day match, messed up by the Bludgeon Brothers, awesome. The SmackDown Championship with the surprise of Asuka at the end, awesome. And then the last match for the WWE Championship match, really good. There was only one downside. There's only one downside.
And the championship match is the number one match supposedly on the card, and you said that match was really
good. That wasn't the best.
Good.
No, that wasn't the best.
So how's it 8 out of 10?
Because there's match? 2 other great championship matches.
Well, great champion, great.
The tag champ and the women's champ.
That wasn't great.
What?
Ruby Riott and Charlotte wasn't great.
That was great.
Great is when we've seen.
Maybe because I'm applauding Ruby Riott's surprise.
I mean, she's good, but I'm just saying it wasn't great. The best is yet to come for her.
You're a critic.
You can't use great for her.
Everybody. And I said the match was great. I didn't say Ruby was great.
I'm just saying what you're saying. They put on a great match.
But I'm saying, but you.
So
but look,
later this year.
You're missing. the culmination.
10 months or a year.
You
from now,
heard
you remember
me
that
say,
match, right?
No, you heard me
Remember
say
that Ruby Riott,
the
Charlotte Flair
culmination
match?
of that match with the Oscar surprise was great.
The
That's what I
Oscar
said.
surprise was better
So
than
that
the
whole
matches.
segment,
but I
it
put that separately from the match.
No,
the Oscar surprise
You can't put
was
that
more
separately.
appealing than the match.
No, it's
To
still
me, it
that's
was.
still a whole segment.
Anytime Oscar comes out, it's
Don't do the
it's
dance.
like
Don't do the
like.
dance.
See, I'm sorry.
But I'm saying that I'm counting that as the entire segment. That whole because was it not all with the women's championship? So that's the whole segment.
But
so
it was
that
just
was
like,
great. That was great. Sure, we can say
Oscar
that,
made it more great
The
than
match,
Flair and
the
Riott
match
did.
was good. The match was good. Ruby Riot's good and promising to be
But you
great.
just said they were great.
No, I'm saying
matches.
I'm talking about the whole segment with that championship
Okay.
match. Though that's what I meant.
Okay.
To clarify now, because technically this championship match, the tag match, wasn't an actual match because it got disqualified. So it's not
They did some great stuff, and before.
But I'm saying the whole. I'm adding the culmination of the Bludgeon Brothers, which makes it awesome. Not only, I mean, even without the Bludgeon Brothers, it was looking to be an
It took
awesome
other
match.
stuff to make the pay-per-view awesome. Usually the pay-per-view's card is supposed to make the pay-per-view awesome. The matches are supposed to make the pay-per-view awesome.
8 out
Not
of
the
10.
interferences or
Eight
the sidebar
out
stuff.
of
Doesn't
10.
It's not 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
It's not 8 out of 10.
Okay, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Minus 10.
At worst. I'll give it a 7 at worst. 7 at worst, 8 at best. There you go.
6 at best.
Anyway.
6 at worst.
So, we have what's set for WrestleMania. We see that Asuka is set to take on Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship, and Shinsuke is to take on AJ Styles for the championship, with the promising chance that Randy Orton will be there, guaranteed, defending his championship, as well as the Usos. Yet to see who is going to be the person to compete against them, but it looks like both the United States and Tag Team Championships are set to look like triple threats as of right now. So, is there anything else you want to add to this Fastlane special?
Nothing for me. It did what it needed to do.
It did what it needed to do.
It did what it needed to do. I'll be glad when they get back to putting all the pay-per-views on one card, like the both rosters on each card.
You're not going to see all the championship matches
But
on the
still,
same
it don't
one.
matter. I'm just ready to see something different now.
They're not going to fight each other.
I know that. I'm just saying we still get to see the Raw Championship. We still get to see whenever we get a new Universal Champion, we'll get to see it defended at every pay-per-view.
I want to see the champions go to both shows. All the champions can go to both shows. Now, does that mean they can switch titles or whatever?
I like the idea of just letting them all have the same pay-per-view like they used to.
No, I mean they can still do that, but I'm saying like during the regular week, like you're a champion, you should have free reign to go whatever show you want to go.
If you're with somebody on Raw, why would you go to SmackDown?
Because you might want to intimidate the champion on SmackDown. Because it's still, is it not still Survivor Series where two teams compete in head-to-head combat for brand supremacy?
The only time of the year where Raw and SmackDown.
It's still going to be that because they're not fighting each other at these pay-per-views.
I get it, but
I mean, I would rather see build up. I would rather see build up to it though. I don't want to get to the month of Survivor Series where it's like, oh,
they should build up to it more. I think they
Raw
should
and
do it
Smack-
more than the year.
So
I think they should maybe around after SummerSlam they should start throwing some of those.
That's
stuff
too
in.
late for me. They
No,
need
it
to
ain't.
start
That's
now.
still 3 months.
No,
you
because
got time to build
because now it can look like a one-upsman thing. Like now it can start as pit like right after WrestleMania, everybody's championship set. And
It's gonna be a superstar shakeup anyway.
Of course. And so once they do the superstar shakeup, they can start doing like you're the SmackDown champion, I'm the Raw champion. You know, it's cordial right now. Then they start doing one-ups because they're both going to be at each pay-per-view. So when one wins, like, I got this one. Then they win, be like, I got this one. So now it's starting to get like a feud, and then they start losing matches. And then the other one's like, oh, what happened to
I
your...
can see like have them come sit at ringside. It's like I'm just out here just taking on, just seeing what the competition's doing, like, and have them talk trash while they're at the table.
What my inferior brand is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. See?
And then they look at, what are you doing out here? What are you and maybe get like a shove or a push, and then the referee be like, you're ejected from ringside or whatever, or throw a distraction here and there. You know,
there you go. You're invested.
I can see it. I can see it because the creative juices are flowing a little bit, and I don't think they're gonna do that.
Of course they aren't. Of course.
So I had to build you up and then break you down like they're not.
All right, John
Vince
Cena.
ain't gonna do it.
All right, John Cena.
It's not John. It's Vince.
No, because you remember the week or two before when John Cena was like, I'm calling out the Undertaker. Yeah, we would like to see that. That's not gonna happen. Like,
I like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what you did.
Just snatch it away.
That's
like it get you on that high. Like, oh, I can see that. No.
And that's why he got to. That's why he got to beg for it now.
But anyway,
so we're
gonna go ahead and close out Slow Lane. And
disrespectful.
And that was a really good pay per view. Really wasn't as fast as I thought it would. But
good pun. Good pun. You know what? You deserve that one. That was a good pun.
But hey, it did what it needed to do for me. So until the next time, this has been D Moody
with C Moody.
This is Sports Moods Fastlane Review.
There you go. 2 Moody's,
1 duty.
Sports.
See you guys next time.